Hi. Just a moment. There we go. Now, what can I help you with today? You're low on books and looking for something new to read. I'm sure I can help you with that. Which kinds of books are you looking for? Non-fiction, fiction, fiction? Okay, great. Any genre preferences? You read most things. Alright then. I'll go pick out some different books and then we can talk them over together and see what you like. Okay? Awesome. Stop dwelling thunder, dive into the waters of the world. I've collected a good selection for you here. And first up, we have one of my own favorites. This called The Starless Sea. It is a whimsical fantasy book bordering on magic realism. It is a very beautifully written book. Brings you to a magical place. With Zachary Rollins. I'll read the back for you so you can see if you might be interested. Are you lost, or are you exploring? When Zachary Rawlings stumbles across a mysterious library book containing details from his own life amongst its pages, it leads him on a quest unlike any other. Following the clues inside, he's guided to a masquerade party, a dangerous secret club, and finally to a labyrinth filled with stories hidden far beneath the surface of the earth. But when the labyrinth is threatened, Zachary must race through its twisting tunnels and crowded ballrooms, searching for the end of his story. So it's very much a kind of a metafiction, a story about stories. It's a very beautiful book, very unique as well. Not your typical fantasy, but very nice. I also have it in hardback for you, if you prefer hardbacks to paperbacks. The cover here has the motif of keys. Which play a role in the book. And the paperback has a bee, which also plays a role, and on the back we have the key again. Would you like to try this one? You would? Great. I'll put it aside for you, and we'll look at the next one. Next up, we have a classic science fiction book, 1984, by George Orwell. Understandably a classic for its always relevant themes. War is peace, freedom is slavery, and Big Brother is watching. George Orwell's classic novel, 1984, is the story of one man's nightmare odyssey through a world ruled by warring states and a power structure that controls not only information but also individual thought and memory. A minor functionary named Winston Smith joins a covert brotherhood and pursues a forbidden love affair against the cold grey backdrop of the Republic of Oceania, only to become a hunted enemy of the state and of Big Brother. A thought-provoking piece of literature for sure. Would you be interested in giving this one a go? You've already read it. Of course you have. Then we'll just go to the next one. The next one here is a graphic novel. If you are interested in that kind of literature. It is called Nimona. And has been made into a Netflix movie as well. So you know it's popular. Let me just show you some of the artwork. It's a very distinctive art style, very unique. These are the main characters. It has a good message. And both drama, action, and humor. I'll read the back for you. Lord Ballister Blackheart is a villain with a vendetta. As sidekick and supervillain, Nimona and Blackheart are about to wreak some serious havoc. Their mission? Prove to the kingdom that Sir Ambrosius Goldenloin and his buddies at the Institution of Law Enforcement and Heroics aren't the heroes everyone thinks they are. It started out as a webcomic and has then grown into this graphic novel and then the movie. It's a little bit different from the movie, but I like both iterations. Would this be something you would be interested in trying? Yes? Great. I'll put it to the side for you. The fourth book is called The Passage by Justin Cronin. It is the first in a series, trilogy. It's a very thick book. It will definitely keep you entertained for quite a while. It is a sci-fi fantasy dystopian mix, and it's a very adult sci-fi fantasy dystopia. There is a lot of young adult dystopia and fantasy out there, but this one is for a bit of an older audience. It has vampires, but not the sexy kind. The very bloody and evil kind. Well, I guess it depends. You'll figure it out if you read it. I'll read the back for you. An epic and griping tale of catastrophe and survival. The passage is the story of Amy, abandoned by her mother at the age of 6, pursued and then imprisoned by the shadowy figures behind a government experiment of apocalyptic proportions. But Special Agent Brad Volgast, the lawman sent to track her down, is disarmed by the curiously quiet girl and risks everything to save her. As the experiment goes nightmarishly wrong, Volgast secures her escape, but he can't stop society's collapse, and as Amy walks alone across miles and decades into a future dark with violence and despair, she is filled with the mysterious and terrifying knowledge that only she has the power to save the ruined world. The back here focuses a lot on the beginning, but this book has multiple point of views, and Amy's story starts in the present when the world is, well, falling apart. And then we skip to the future when we meet other characters living and having only lived after the apocalypse, so to speak. It is a very griping tale with mysteries, drama, intrigue, and a lot of desperate people trying to survive. And if you enjoy vampires but you're kind of bored with the typical kind, then this will definitely be a book for you. What do you think? You'd like to give it a go? Excellent. Then I'll put it aside for you. Next up is a more light-hearted one. Maybe you could read it after you read the passage for a little breather. It is, I would say, a young adult story. It has elements of romance, but it's not really a romance book. It doesn't have any fantastical elements. It's the real world. And I guess it's about family and friendship most of all. called The Boy Who Steals Houses. It is originally a retelling of Goldilocks, I believe, but it doesn't have anything to do with that. I think that's just what sparked the idea that he would go into the houses and live there and then sneak out before anyone realizes. But let's read the back for you. Boys like him don't get the girl, they go to jail. Betrayed and abused by everyone who should have taken care of them. Sam and his brother are lost souls. They have a wild, hopeless, precious dream to make a home for themselves. Then Sam meets a girl whose laugh is a burst of stardust. But betrayed people have the hardest fists, and Sam has a secret that is about to catch up with him. It is definitely a book that will make you laugh and cry at the same time. What do you think? You're not sure? You want to try? Okay. You can always just bring it back to us before you're done. No one is forcing you to read through all of these books. You can give it a couple of chapters and see. But I think you'll like it. Then let's go to the last book I picked out for you. The last book in the pile is this one called The Midnight Library. It has fantastical elements, but I wouldn't call it a fantasy book, because it only uses the fantastical element as a philosophical tool, I'd say. So, it's a very short book, very easy to read, and pretty popular. I'll read the back for you. Nora's life has been going from bad to worse. Then, at the stroke of midnight on her last day on Earth, she finds herself transported to a library. There she's given the chance to undo her regrets and try out each of the other lives she might have lived. Which raises the ultimate question, with infinite choices, what is the best way to live? So this one is asking the question about what if you had done something different in your life? What if you had gone on this date? What if you had taken this education? What if you had decided to try out a different sport? It makes you think about your own life, if you're happy with your choices, if the grass is really greener on the other side, or if it's just an illusion. You think that sounds interesting? Okay, then I guess we have the books for you. I hope that you will enjoy at least some of them. Okay, so 5 books it is. Now, to lend these out to you, I'll need to find you in the system. Can you give me your first name? And do you have a middle name? And last name? Okay. Great, there you are. Then I'm just going to need the first 6 digits of your social security number to make sure that this is actually you. Okay. Great. Then let's just beep these in for you. Did you want the paperback or the hardback of this one? You're more of a paperback person? I do prefer this cover as well. It's so beautiful. There we go. Then that was all from me. I hope that you enjoy these books to the fullest, and as always, you can return any whenever you want if they are not to your liking, and the rest you can have for a month, and you are allowed to renew for 2 weeks more if you need more time. Okay? Great. I hope you have a lovely rest of your day.